Are you a leader of a group? Because in this movie, based on a true event that happened in 2000 to 2002, and you need a leader if you're a fisherman and you go in the wrong waters. Ouch. Chase Lee Hockey here with the Blue Futon reviewing Thandel. What's this about? Pretty simple premise. I kind of already told you before. It's a romantic love story / action movie about 22 fishermen who are, fishing, right? They are gone for 9 months. They're at home at 3 months. And during that 9-month period, they feed the whole village with all the fish they're going to get for the whole freaking year. And you know what? One year, they get just floated away in Pakistani waters and they're in jail for 2 freaking years. And of course, with relationship, if you know anything about geopolitical issues, Pakistan and India to this day don't have the greatest relationship when it comes to that region of the world with the borderlands. And we have a romantic comedy and a little bit of action in this movie. So did I like this film? I thought it was okay. Another one of these movies where you're expecting a little bit more that is given on the screen. Because if this is truly based on a true story that happened in 2000 and 2002, the movie doesn't feel like a true story. I think that's what kind of irked me a little bit, because when you have a true story like this where it's like, oh, you can make a quick 2-hour movie like Major, like Kill, even though Kill's not a true story, but something that's more grounded, more realistic about the political climate of Pakistan, India in 2000 and 2002, and talk about the Article 370 and things like that. I just think that would have been a little more potent and more fun and more intriguing for the audience. Instead, they went more of a commercial route with a love story and with them dancing in a jail cell. So when looking at the positives, I do feel like when the action is on screen, it is fun. Though you can't say if, ands, or buts, it is fun action on screen when it does occur. And with this movie, it's not a lot. Again, with Indian movies, the before and after intermission are like 2 freaking films. The first half of this movie is no joke, a love story through in and throughout about, is he going to stay? Is he going to go? Is he going to stay? Is he going to go? Is she going to marry him? Not yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And that's the whole point of that one. And of course, it leaves off a cliffhanger because you know for a fact about this story where it's going to go if you watch the trailer. So it took a minute to get there. The first hour and a half, hour 20-ish minutes was this love story, and I was like, can we get somewhere? Because I understand he's risking his life for the village with the people that are taking the sand away and the dunes and things like that. So you're like, okay, understand, but what's actually with the Pakistan thing? And when the Pakistan thing happened, that's when the movie kind of shined a little bit, because it turned to a more of a patriotic film, more about what are you going to do in this prison to survive with this kid, with these 22 prisoners, and with the Article 370 in the realm. When that came to fruition, I was really sucked into this movie. Like, oh, where's this movie going to go? What's going to occur? But again, when you get to that, they kind of pull it back with like them dancing in a prison. If you're in a Pakistani prison and there's very few Indians there, they're most of the Pakistani population with terrorists, gangsters, and they hate you, you don't dance. Okay, I know the whole point is, yeah, we're going to get out of prison in 20-ish days, and they wanted to have like a fun thing, but it just doesn't work in my opinion. When it came to the patriotic scene with a flag, I was really intrigued by that fight scene. I thought it was pretty fun. Even though it looks like there's a code where it's like you can't have the flag on the ground, completely acceptable, and it's like a rule in India cinema that you can't do that. And I saw some reviewers like dogging this movie for being patriotic to a sense. Why can't you be patriotic from the country you're from? If you're Indian, fly the India flag. If you're from America, fly the American flag. If you're from Brazil, fly the Brazilian flag in that country. Because I feel like okay, caveat is like if it's the Olympics, sure, why not? But if you are like if I'm in Brazil, right, and I am using their healthcare system, if I am, eating at their restaurants, if I am doing things in the Brazilian style or in the Indian style or in the Nigerian style or in the German style, I would not fly the American flag. It's disrespectful. I am not in America. Be with the culture you are trying to live with. It is only the right thing to do. Learn their language. Learn what's respectful. Learn what's disrespectful. Learn what you should do. And I bring that up because this movie doesn't really, it kind of does that route of like the patriotism of like, be happy where you're from, fight for where you're from. And I really dug that message when it came to that. So overall, Thandel, which means leader, is a pretty good movie. Not the greatest, not the best Indian movie that I've ever seen. Like I said, the love story really didn't work for me. Knowing that it's a true story and it just didn't feel true didn't work for me. But when there's action on screen, it was a kind of a fun time. But don't expect anything bombastically like, oh, this is some good stuff happening right now. So Thandel will receive a 3 out of 5 with Futons, which equals that 60%. So to the critics and user scores gave this one. So we have a 52% with the audience score. Critics, we have 2 of them, and they're both positive. One's a 3.5 out of 5, and one doesn't say anything. So even it looks like the audience is like not feeling this. So according to, we have the critics, we're at about a 70, my 60, and the audience is 52. Chase Clock here at the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know things Blue Futontopia. You Blue Futonians. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. I'll watch this tape tomorrow, week from month, or need for every single freaking one of you. Peace and love. Peace and love. And yes, be happy. Be patriotic. And fly the flag that you're from in your country.